everyone, welcome to my channel Creative Corner. Today we are going to discuss the fundamentals of art. Basically, we will be discussing two types of fundamentals of art. The first one is elements of art and the second one is principles of art. So moving forward to elements of art, there are basically 6 elements of art: line, form, color, tone, texture, and the last one is space. So we will be discussing all types of elements in detail. So moving forward to discuss what basically a line is. So line is the distance between 2 points. There are various types of lines. These are as follows: vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, angular lines, radial lines, spiral lines, and the last one is curved lines. So these are few types of lines as we discussed. So now moving forward to what basically the form is. Form is an area or space which has its own color and shapes. So basically there are two types of forms: symmetrical form and asymmetrical form. Symmetrical form is the form in which half part of the figure is same as the other part. For example, circle. If we cut the circle in between, then both the parts of the circle will be same. The next example is square. So these two are symmetrical forms. There are many more examples as well. Next is asymmetrical form. The form in which half part of the figure is not same as the other half part. For example, a cup. If we cut a cup from in between, the two parts we will be getting will not be similar to each other. So that is why it is asymmetrical form. Now coming forward to discuss what is a color. Color is the property of light. We can differentiate different objects due to their color. So the colors are classified into various forms on the basis of composition. So these classifications are primary colors, secondary colors, and the last one is neutral colors. So let's discuss primary colors. Red, yellow, and blue are primary colors because it cannot be formed by mixing any two colors. So that is why these are primary colors. Now next is secondary colors. See, if we mix any two primary colors, so we will be getting another color which is a secondary color. So the secondary colors are formed by mixing any two primary colors. For example, if we mix red color with yellow color, we will be getting orange color. If we will mix yellow with blue, we will be getting green color. If we will mix blue with red color, then we will be getting purple color. So basically orange, green and purple are secondary colors. We can form more colors as well. Next is neutral colors. Black and white are neutral colors. So on the basis of composition, we have learned 3 types of colors: primary colors, secondary colors and neutral colors. Now moving forward to tone. What is basically a tone is? Tone is the element of art. The way we have discussed line, form and color, now we will be discussing what is tone. That is the 4th element of art. Tone is basically the lighter and darker form of colors. For this, you mix the white color in the base color to get lighter tones. For example, we have a red color, right? So we want a light shade of red. So for that, in base color. Here the base color is red. We will mix white color to get a lighter tone of that particular base color. And if we want dark red color, so for the darker tones, we will be mixing black color in the base color to get the darker tones. So for this, you mix the white color in the base color to get the lighter tones of that particular base color. And for darker tones, you will be mixing black color. So how much lighter or darker tone you want to obtain, mix the appropriate ratio of the black or white color in the base color. So it depends on you, how lighter the tone you want and how darker the shade you want. As per your requirement, you will be mixing the appropriate ratio of black for darker ones and white for lighter tones in the base color. Now moving forward to discuss what is texture is. As we discussed various elements, we have discussed line, form, color, tone, and now we are discussing fifth element of art, that is texture. Texture is the characteristic of the surface on which you paint or draw the picture. Means for painting or drawing you need a surface, so the surface which you are using is the texture. That also having a characteristic, that surface will be having a characteristic, and that characteristic is it could be smooth, it could be rough, it could be dotted, or it could be linear in pattern, and many more. So the surface which you are using, the characteristic of that surface will be the texture. Right? So this is the characteristic of the surface on which you paint or draw the picture. It could be smooth, rough, dotted, or linear in pattern, and many more. So this was the texture. This is also one of the special element of art. Now coming forward, let's discuss what is space. Space is also one of the important element of art. Space is basically the surface on which an artist works. Means we need a space to work. Either we want to paint, either we draw, we need a space, right, on which we will be doing our artwork. Texture is a different thing. Texture is basically the characteristic of that space, right? And space is, it can be two-dimensional or three-dimensional. For example, we can do our artwork on a paper. We can do any artwork on the wall also. Wall is a three-dimensional thing. We can do our artwork on trees also, on canvas also. There are various things on which we can show our artwork. It could be pots, it could be clothes. We can do artwork on the face as well, right? So the surface on which artist works is basically a space. So it is also one of the very important element of art, because without space the other elements of arts are useless. Until or unless we will not be having any space, we can't do our artwork. The first thing we require is the space on which we will be showcasing our art. So till now we have discussed 6 elements of art. The first one is line, second one is form, third one is color, fourth one is the tone, fifth one is the texture, and the last one we have discussed is the space. So the space is basically the surface on which an artist works. It can be two-dimensional or three-dimensional. For example, paper, wall, tree, canvas, pots, clothes, face, etc.